Welcome to the GCN Tech Show, and we've got all of the usual good stuff coming up this week.
And we're going to be discussing the tech that we really want to see in 2022. Let's do it. Hang on a minute. This is the Christmas show. Shouldn't we be like a bit more Christmassy?
Oh, that's more like it, then, mate. You look really good. Nice Christmas jumper and hat.
Yeah, you look like that new Orbea that I rode. Yeah. Anyway, the results of last week's poll, which was about wireless brakes. Do you want them? Would you have them? We're going to reveal that next week. Rollover, bumper poll. So
interesting.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so as we lean in towards 2022, we thought we'd dare to dream about some of the tech and innovations that we're hoping to catch in the new year.
Oh, yes.
Right, I'll kick things off. So more banana-coloured bikes is what we like to see. No, I'm just kidding. But 105 Di2 is something that we would love to see, isn't it?
Oh, wouldn't we? I mean, it's something that we would love to see, and I think it's the group set of the people, but in electronic form, and with Shimano's track record for trickling down tech from its top-end group sets into more affordable ones, it's what you'd expect that it's the way it's going to go. It's more of a question of not if, but when.
I know, right? But is it going to be 2022? I don't know. Shimano won't tell us anything about it, but what we do know is that we'd like to see it come to fruition.
Oh, we would definitely would. But there's going to be, it's fair to say, there's probably a few people who maybe don't want to see this. The kind of people that like cable-operated group sets. But anyway, what I would say to those people is the simple fact is that when you have a cable-priced group set that's comparably priced to an electronic one, the electronic one massively outsells the cable one. So, for example, when you had mechanical Bioracer, similar sort of price point to Ultegra Di2, hardly anyone buys the Bioracer mechanical, and that's why they've got rid of it.
Yeah, if the option's there and presented to you, it kind of feels like their natural choice, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the similar thing happens across with SRAM as well and their products. And so something I've noticed is that, the new Ultegra, they got rid of mechanical, which I think is because they're going to bring out Di2 105. Because if you think about it, if they have Di2 105 versus mechanical Ultegra, they'd probably be a similar kind of price point. At which point Shimano's maybe foreshadowing that they wouldn't sell Ultegra mechanical when it's competing against 105 Di2, so they just haven't made it in the first place. 105 Di2's coming out. That's my foreshadow. I don't know, I might be wrong.
I'd love it if you were right. That'd be incredible,
good, wouldn't it? Well, you heard it here first. But I also think that they will still continue to make 105 mechanical. I hope they do. Well, I hope they do.
Yeah, I
think they will.
I wouldn't want to see it
it's
go.
The group set, the people.
Yeah, so the good thing that we're seeing with a lot of these Di2 and electronic group sets is that many of the manufacturers are using the same internal workings of the group sets, which ultimately is meaning you're getting the same components as the top tier stuff and should help to try and narrow the price difference between mechanical shifting and electronic one, hopefully make it more affordable to everybody.
Yeah, it just has a bit less sort of carbon and titanium on it and is a bit more, a bit steel, a bit of aluminium, a bit heavier, a bit...
Oh, right, that's enough of that. So next up are bearings that last longer. So last week we spoke of the Ceramic Speed SLT bearings and SKF's bearings. These are the solid lubrication technology. And this is something that we were really looking forward to. And in certain applications such as headsets, it really does make sense. And it's something we should hopefully like to see.
Yeah, this kind of solid lubrication technology, it's not new. And it's not particularly well suited to areas where friction is really important, or if you have high RPMs, so your wheels and your bottom bracket. But in areas like, you say, the headset, it just makes total sense.
So what we really like to see is brands and manufacturers speccing their bikes and equipment with these super durable bearings, because it would be great to see the service life increased of different components, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it'd be great. And if the list price of a bike was increased by £5 to get solid seal bearings in there, rather than normal ones, but it meant that your service life of that bearing was twice as long or 3 times as long, which conceivably could be, then, well, I don't think I speak for everyone when I say I'd absolutely be up for that on a top-end performance road bike.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. Next up, steering in Zwift.
It's something that we have spoken about, and you even had a go on an early test version a couple of years ago.
Yes, a beta, or beta if you're in America, as we know most of you are.
But so far, the finished article hasn't made it into production yet. But I think it is the next logical step in terms of making indoor riding more realistic, engaging and sort of immersive.
Oh, agreed. It is an intriguing proposition and not entirely straightforward though.
Why is that?
Well, it's because steering on a bike doesn't actually happen how you think it does. So it doesn't happen. You know, most people think, you turn right with your handlebars, you go right. You don't. When you're actually riding a bike, you turn by leaning and then counter steering the other way. It sounds totally counterintuitive and it's almost like a trick question, but trust me, physics.
Leaning is a big thing when you're on the bike, isn't it? You just, like you say, you don't go along the road with a bike up straight and just turn, you'd crash.
No, but it's that really counterintuitive thing of when you're actually steering a bike, you don't steer a bike right by going right with your handlebars. That's not how it works. It sounds counterintuitive. People are going to be trying this at home right now. Trust me, when you're out riding outside, you don't. And people have done experiments and shown this and proven it. It's beyond question. The way you steer a bike is actually by leaning and then turning the other way, and that's how a bike goes around a corner.
Well, it is an interesting proposition, though, like you say.
And yeah, but it means I think if I'm going to see this and see steering happen indoors, I want it to be realistic. So I want it to include a lean and turning, I don't know, that counter steering feeling, so it feels realistic. Otherwise, it's just going to be like.
Yeah. It could add an interesting additional element into virtual racing, though, couldn't it? It could add an extra level into that competition where there's a bit more skill involved rather than just maybe watts per kilo or something like that. Because we've seen how in virtual worlds such as Zwift, where changes of terrain have affected the race, and it just adds another element to making it more immersive and fun.
I think it's going to happen at some point, and I think it's going to be great.
Hopefully next year. Next up, now we spoke about this a few weeks ago, and this was to do with Tom Pidcock's skin suit, which seemed to just repel mud, dirt and water. So we saw this when he was racing the Super Prestige a few weeks back, which I was watching on GCN Plus along with lots of other live cyclocross racing. God, great work. But the good thing was it just repelled all of this dirt and he stayed far, far cleaner than all of his competitors.
Yeah. Now, I don't just want to see this on Tom Pidcock's cyclocross skin suit. I want to see it in loads of applications. I want to see this kind of tech, like not just on like my clothing and your clothing and everyone else's clothing, but I want to see it on bikes. Yeah. Because we've spoken about like special ceramic coatings and things in the past, and there's products that you can buy, like there's the Wax is Dead product we've spoken about before that you can apply to your bike. But surely the technology is out there where they can actually have these coatings built into products and things from when you buy them. And
imagine never having to wash your bike again. Just throw a bit of water on it, all the dirt falls off.
Well, not just like not having to wash it, just having to wash it less would be, I'd take that, you know. Especially right now, in winter in the Northern Hemisphere, it's horrendous every time I go for a ride.
I just don't ride enough, actually. Yeah.
So there you have it. That's our selection of innovations that we're looking forward to in 2022 and crossing our fingers that we hope happen. We'll have a poll so you can vote on the one that you would like to see the most. But also, let us know in the comments what you would like to see. And in a future show, we'll read some of the answers out.
I love it, all the tech that we miss and people highlight in the comments section.
It'd be good if people actually successfully predict some things as well.
Yeah, it'd be great if we predicted some as well.
Or just come up with amazing ideas that then actually do happen.
Yeah, all that. Right, it's now time for hot tech, and picture this right, Ollie. The year is 2021 and most of the pro peloton have switched across to disc brakes. However, Ineos have remained on rim brakes.
Yeah, pretty much every team has gone on them, but we've been looking on social media over the last few weeks, and it would appear that Ineos might have made the switch to disc. So even the likes of Egan Bernal is currently been training on a disc brake equipped Pinarello F. Yeah. last week, the team Ineos Train were out in force at a Mallorca training camp, and they appeared to be on disc brake bikes too, new Pinarello Fs in the new Ineos livery. And this suggests that they will be racing on them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see next year, isn't it? Because I wonder if they will commit to using disc brakes, and maybe if we see on some key stages of a Grand Tour, whether they'll make the switch across to rim brakes for maybe the team leaders or whatever, like we've seen UAE do. So it'll be interesting.
Well, Jumbo-Visma have pulled that trick out the bag as well, and they've done that. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that front, but I think it's good. I would like to see the whole peloton on disc brakes now.
I think it'd be good. I think the time has come. I know there's going to be lots of people furiously typing away in the comments section that they think is ridiculous, but you know, I'm all for it. Next up in hot tech, we have got the new 51 Assassin. So this is a gravel bike which has got a couple of little tricks up its sleeve which you might not have seen before, Ollie.
Oh, is this the one with the adjustable geometry?
Yeah, how do you know that? Magic, eh? So the adjustable geometry this has, it's got aluminium inserts in the fork dropouts, giving you 2 different positions to set the axle of the wheel. And then on the rear dropouts, again, aluminium inserts. But at the rear, there's 3 different positions to tweak the wheelbase of the bike and fine-tune the ride handling and characteristics. It's quite an interesting approach to take this, isn't it?
Yeah, a few brands have tried this in the past with their bikes and done similar sort of things, but I've not seen it done to such an extent that it is on this bike, which definitely does stand out amongst the competition. And I think, you know, when you've done that video on the Villia, that can sort of go from road and then onto gravel, I think, again, for bikes where we're now increasingly people are demanding multiple applications from their bikes, I think it's a great technological idea. It makes total sense.
It's a good idea. So, like with many other gravel bikes, this is suitable for 650B wheels, 700C wheels, and tyre widths up to about 47 millimetres, and again, 2x and 1x setups. And the price of the frame set, £3,299.
What's that in euros and dollars?
A little bit more, I think, yeah. Sorry, my online exchange rate isn't working today.
Most of the viewers are American, Alex. Just bear that in mind.
Oh, sorry everybody.
It's Christmas in America as well.
Sorry. Right, final bit of hot tech now, and well, I've got a question for you, Ollie. Who is your favourite Simpsons character? Like, I'm really hoping you're going to say Ned Flanders.
McBain.
Okay. Well, I'm going to completely ignore what you've said. My favourite Simpsons character is Ned Flanders, and if it is yours as well, you can now get a valve cover for your bike that is Ned Flanders' head, as well as lots of other Simpsons.
McBain.
I'm not sure.
I think I'd go after McBain, closely followed by, hey everybody, Dr. Nick Riviera.
I mean, that would be incredible, hopefully. But anyway, so they're genuine Lego heads, which have then got a thread cut into them, meaning they can go on Presta or Schrader valves, and just sort of bling your bike up a bit. Not exactly aero, but I mean, who gives a damn about aero when you're like an absolute boss with those on your bike?
Yeah, you can have those on your bike.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah. And more hot tech next week, I presume? It's now time for screw riding upgrades, bike upgrades.
No, it's not. We're not doing upgrades this week. We're going to reveal the results of last week's next week, because we've got to crack on. We've got a Christmas party to get to.
Yeah, actually.
And other people have as well, so they're not upgrading.
Okay.
But we'll have bumper bike vault instead.
Oh, I love a bumper bike vault.
Bumper bike vault.
Right, let me find the bell. Right, okay. Shall I start us off then?
Well, the bike vault, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is where you submit pictures of your bikes and then we judge them to be either nice or super nice. We make the rules. So if you disagree with us, you can either write a comment in the comment section below and we'll ignore it.
Or a handwritten note to us at GCN Megabase. A courier pigeon.
We don't ignore it, really. Or you can, vote in the app yourself. Now, I think we should have the most super liked bike of last week.
So last week's most super nice one is from...
It's from me, actually. It's from Oliver Bridgewood.
Okay.
And it's a Merida Sculptura Team Edition. There you go. What do you think of that?
I really like it. I rode a similar one.
Yeah.
You have to keep your eyes peeled for that in the coming weeks.
Yeah, so actually myself and Alex both rode the new Merida Sculptura, and we rode against Fred Wright from Bahrain Victorious.
Yes.
Who's an absolute weapon. I mean, he's only 22 and he's already completed the Tour de France and Paris-Roubaix in a year, and he was second in the national champs. He's a phenomenally strong guy. So we went up again, we did a race, me and Alex versus Fred on the new Merida Sculptura.
Don't give away any more than that.
I'm not.
That's it. Right.
You have to watch, see what happened.
So in the bike vault this week, first up we've got a Kinga with a Merida Reacto again. Oh, another Merida.
Oh.
Yeah, look at this. Merida Reacto 4000 year 2018.
I mean,
2 aero bottles.
That's
I like the colour. The colour's doing it for me.
I like that paint job. It almost looks custom, that paint job.
I think it is custom.
I
want to call it as a super nice. I think I'm going to go super nice. So this is all riding on you.
It's just I'm going to go super nice, but those bottles look woefully impractical. I don't see how you get out the rear one without taking out the front one.
In my eyes, it's irrelevant. It's getting a super nice.
Okay, well, we missed one up here, which was actually the most super nice bike in GCN app, after mine.
Oh yeah, okay, go on. What have we got?
Samantha Yo with check this out. I actually think this was nicer than my one. It's a Pinarello F12 in this incredible gold and grey, like gunmetal grey kind of. Oh, it's just like that iridescent gold that we had on the Dream Ride.
Like that super small bike, it makes it look cool. The wheels look big.
Campagnolo wheels, ceramic speed plate pedals. I think that's proper. That is.
Yeah, that's nice. Rate
super
it.
Nice. You ring the bell as well.
Okay, ring the bell.
Next up, we've got H_Tyler 1479 with his hand sling A1RO Nevo. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, nice, in front of a lovely gate.
It says Richmond Park. You've been cruising around Richmond Park. Watch out, you get held up in Richmond Park.
God, yeah, that was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stay safe.
What do you make of that, Alex?
A very large bike.
Is the photo stretched out or something? It looks, I mean, that bike...
It looks out of proportions.
The bike is next to a gate, but it looks like a gate.
Yes. It looks a bit out of proportions. There isn't a great amount of detail I'm getting from this picture.
I think it's a weird photo. Like the lens is stretching the bike out, or the photo's been stretched.
Well, I quite like the colours, and in fairness, from what I can see, it's well presented. And do you know what I'm going to do? It's coming up to Christmas. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm feeling generous. You don't have to agree.
Go on then.
God, too kind. Next up, we've
Josh
got
Blake Fitness
with a Factor Slick disc.
And I'd say it's a slick car park location. What I quite like is the way that the colour palette of the bike is matched. That grey is matched to the pillars in the car park.
Imagine when he got this bike, presumably custom painted.
He's like,
can I have car park pillar grey, please?
Yeah. Can I have, yeah.
I like that. Right, really nice bike. It's well presented. It's not quite in Biggie Smalls, but it's close enough in my eyes.
It looks like he's waxed his chain.
Maybe
Well, I like that SRAM Force 1x chainring and group set. I think that's really cool. I like that bike a lot. For me, that's a super nice. I like Nardo Grey.
Straight in. Next up, we've got RM6Q9DWZP9 with their Beldesen.
And their catchy name. It's a Pinocchio Beldesen.
Yeah, 1976. I
can't say we've had one of these on the show before.
No, we haven't.
I mean, it looks cracking, but it's non-drive side, so it's a nice.
It's just a nice. Sorry about that.
Yeah. A Geos Compact Pro has been uploaded by Cameron Hardy Tulo.
Whoa. Oh, that's a real retro.
I'll tell you what.
Is it me, or has that got a smaller front wheel?
No, I don't think it does. But it's a super nice, I think, that one.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I don't
think it is a low pro frame. I know what you're saying, but...
Maybe it's just the perspective that we're getting from the picture.
I'm trying to work out where that is as well, location-wise. If you know the location of Cameron Hardy, then let us know in the comments.
Well, mostly of the picture, not of the person themselves.
yeah.
Might be slightly creepy.
Let's break him down.
Anyway, right, I'm super nice in it if you like it.
Well, there you go.
Is that it?
Well, should we put one more in?
Nah. That's fine.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it nonetheless.
All right.
Yeah, it was great fun. Hope you enjoyed this week's Tech Show. If you have, please give this video a like, comment in the section down below to let us know what you think of, you know, the up-and-coming tech and innovations that we're hoping to see.
Yep.
And share this video.
Have a good Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, hopefully everyone else is going to have their Christmas banana suits out.
Yeah.